Coming up on HIGMT, Tesla retires the 35,000 standard range Model 3 and big milestones at GigaFactory Berlin and Texas. Welcome to How I Got My Tesla, the podcast of indeterminate length for Saturday, November 21st, 2020, episode 17. In Ottawa, Ontario, I'm Matt Wilson. Let's start off with a few Tesla things you should know. According to electric.co, Tesla has nixed a $35,000 Model 3 standard range option. And this is not really all that surprising since Tesla removed this option for the Model 3 from their website for the past year and a half. Tesla first offered the standard range option as an a la carte item that could be ordered and implemented via a reduced price of $3,000 thanks to a software lock on the battery. The software lock could be removed by the owner providing that they paid to remove the lock at a cost of, again, $3,000. Tesla is hoping to further standardize vehicle production by eliminating the standard range option. This will affect Model 3s that are still in inventory. The refreshed Model 3 for 2021 will have the standard range plus as a base option with no plans to restrict the battery capacity via software lock in the future. Now, for me, this is not really all that surprising, considering the improvements that have been made on the refreshed 2021 model for the Model 3. There's probably about $3,000 worth of improvements that Tesla would have had to absorb if they continued the standard range option. So, they're not going to have a $35,000 vehicle that's going to be available, but their smaller vehicle that's going to be coming in online in the next couple of years is going to be coming in at around $25,000. So with all the improvements with the 2021 Model 3 refresh, I kind of figured it was only just a matter of time before the standard range option was going to be kicked to the curb. So not a big surprise, but again, considering all the improvements that you're getting with the refresh Model 3, is probably worth the $3,000 extra that you're now going to have to pay. GigaFactory Berlin has a new piece of hardware installed, and that's a new 100-ton bridge crane installed in the GigaPress area. This crane is one of several that will be installed at this production facility based on the numerous crane rail installations already in place. There's a big push to get all the buildings wrapped up before the winter hits, so there's lots of progress being made. You can see this progress by going to InsideEVs.com in the show notes below. There's lots of great local drone footage too, so be sure to check it out for hints to the configuration for GigaFactory Texas, including the drive-through bays between each building. And while we're at GigaFactory Berlin, Tesla has posted several positions at that location, specifically looking for senior leadership positions tied to Tesla's battery cell production. GigaFactory Berlin is expected to be the first of 4 full-scale production lines for Tesla's new 4680 cells, which will play a critical part in the construction of Model Ys out of Berlin starting in July 2021. Predictions regarding GigaFactory Texas are coming out, where many reporting on the construction are indicating that the speed of construction has progressed to a new level. Overnight construction is now becoming the norm, with construction crews now working 3 shifts, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Large portable stadium lighting now illuminate the project site, further enabling the speed of construction to possibly be actually faster than GigaFactory Berlin, which was often praised in the past to be an incredibly fast construction. The Clean Technica article also goes into the coordination needed between all of the drone operators on site, including operators directly tied to the construction company managing the site. A great milestone has been put into place at GigaFactory Texas. The very first concrete column has been set up in the south end of Building 3. Teslarati.com has a story, and thanks to some great timing from drone operator Jeff Roberts, he was the first to fly over the delivery and installation of the column. This column is very similar to those already seen at GigaFactory Berlin, and I wonder if Tesla will be utilizing a hybrid construction process already in place between GigaFactory Berlin and GigaFactory Shanghai for their Gigafactory in Texas. And while we're talking about GigaFactory Texas, we might as well take a look at the drone footage that has been provided by Jeff Roberts and Joe Tegtmeyer. There are now multiple concrete columns in place at the south end of Building 3, just south of the suspected paint area. The paint area has more concrete bases and walls that are now in place with more to come. Geopier work continues with more column footings now either in place or currently being worked on. There are lots of structural steel components being delivered, stored, and assembled on site for Building 2. There is a second level for Building 2 that is currently being worked on with the structural steel components. There is limited demolition of the old concrete plant to the north of the megapad area, and by last count, I think there are now 8 mobile crawler cranes now working on site. Well, that should pretty much do it for episode 17. If you're looking to purchase a new Tesla and you want 1,000 free supercharging miles, feel free to use my referral program link in the show notes below, or head on over to ts.la/Matthew40942. While I was actually messing about in my Tesla account this past week, I noticed I actually have one new Tesla friend who actually used my code. So big shout out to user Chatty for using my referral code. That was a really nice surprise. So much that I think I'm going to give shout outs to anyone who uses my referral code from here on out on every podcast. So thanks again to Chatty for being the first. So hashtag for this episode, let's try hashtag Tesla retirement. And the overall hashtag for this podcast is hashtag HIGMT. And if you have any feedback for me, feel free to throw me an email at howigotmytesla@gmail.com. As always, you can watch my progress towards a Tesla by visiting howigotmytesla.com. And you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram by simply searching for How I Got My Tesla. So thanks again for listening. This podcast is produced by Matt Wilson and hosted by Squarespace. Music for this episode is Cascade by Cubby.